What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Shea Marriott. Tonight, we're going to be talking about what to expect at Rebirth Live and Uncut. So make sure you tune in, like, share, and subscribe.
It's your time to renew, rebuild, and restore. Let's go.
Happy Monday. Welcome to Rebirth Live. I'm your host, Shea Marriott.
It's your boy Eli Isabel, aka the South. Got something to say?
And your boy Corey Wilkerson here, aka the Thinker.
Yeah, he's embracing it. That's what I'm talking about, Shay.
He always be trying to talk so sexy and smooth. It's your boy, Corey Wilkerson, aka the South.
And now the newest single by Gerald Albright.
Right.
It's gonna be a fun show. Y'all better buckle up tonight, baby. Welcome to the
Buckle
show,
up,
baby.
buckle up. Yeah. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Rebirth Live. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. You could be anywhere, but you chose to spend this next hour with us, and we really, really do appreciate it. Tonight, we are going to be actually talking a little bit about what to expect at Rebirth Live and Uncut. We have all three hosts here tonight, and we just going to rock out.
That's what we did.
That's what we do. Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to be sharing mics tonight, okay? So just be patient with us, you know. How have you been? Okay. Go ahead. I got my wine.
Last time we was on this show together, I got accused of ganging up on her. So we will be sharing the mic. I got threats when I went outside in the city of Wilmington.
Thank you.
And so I just want to make sure that you feel safe tonight. You good?
I feel safe tonight.
All right. All right. Well, how y'all doing? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, Rebirth family. Listen, man, before we get the show started tonight, rebirthu.com is where you need to be to buy your tickets for Rebirth Live and Uncut, October 26th. We're getting closer. We're 2 weeks out. Stop playing. Now's the time to get your tickets. We still have 2 vendor spots left. Stop playing if you want to be a part of that. Come, we're going to have a great time, man. You want to be there. DJ Tim Dogs are going to be on the 1s and 2s. Do they still call them that?
But you old enough, so you could still call them that.
Okay. DJ Tim Dog is going to be on the 1s and 2s.
I know I feel ganged up on. You know, the age that was crazy.
You are not that much younger.
Are you projecting
you questioning how I feel?
No, he didn't want to say age.
But it's how I feel.
Validate his feelings.
You see, they both got the mic, right? So
I mean,
whatever.
That's it.
Okay, Corey.
Talk about my man age.
How is it? What are you feeling right now in this moment?
It doesn't even matter. So it's going to be disregarded anyway. I'll talk to you on the 26th. Go out and buy your tickets, please, everybody. Please, please, please go out and buy your tickets because I need support, apparently. But I'm going to act up on the 26th. I ain't worried about her feelings. Not on the 26th, I'm not.
That's the great thing is because it's live and uncut. And we're going to talk about a little bit of everything, right? And the good thing is you guys are going to get the mic and you can ask your questions and you can ask whatever it is that you like to Corey and Eli.
And to Miss Rebirth herself.
Yes.
Oh, listen, this woman has, you saw the video, you seen it last week. Over 13 years ago, her world was turned upside down. You can get into all of that.
Yes.
What turned it upside down, how she came out of it, and where she is today. The people want to know.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Ask her anything.
Yeah.
She's so private. They're going to get in your business on the 26th.
All right. I think it's time for the South got something to say.
All right, good people. Welcome to the South Got Something to Say segment. I wanted to be, last week was really heavy during my segment. So I wanted to have a little fun tonight. So tonight, we got Corey in the building too. So I'm sure he can co-sign or add on to some of the things I'm about to talk about. Tonight, I want to talk about, fellas, I'm talking to you, the guys who are slow to get those tickets for Rebirth U. Go to rebirthu.com, fellas. Grab your ticket. Rebirth, the letter U.com. Grab those tickets. So anyway, fellas, we're going to talk tonight about man law violations. I feel like these things aren't talked about enough. So we're going to run through a couple of these. And, you know, Corey, feel free to jump in, add on, or whatever you think is necessary. So I observed this back in the summer with somebody I actually knew. I ain't going to call his name out, but he had a new drop top Jeep. He had a Wrangler with the top down. He's riding through with a friend of his, and they're bumping a slow jam loud. 2 men should never be in a car together, bumping a slow jam really loud.
Oh,
Stop that.
Why?
Oh man.
Stop that. Let's not do that, fellas. Save that for your lady friend, or whoever, the lady you're courting. Why are you playing a slow jam in the car with another dude? Loud.
That's hilarious. See, I never even bring that mic over here. I never even
That's
I never even I would have never thought about that.
What about what?
Well, wait a minute. What song was it? Was it a Keith Sweat?
I
or-
think it was. I think it was. If I remember, I think
Silk.
I mentioned this off air a couple of weeks back. I can't remember the song, but it had no business being played with 2 grown, dusty ass men in the car together.
Why they gotta be dusty?
All right.
Yes.
I got a question. Now, I guess the song matters, but what if it's like a 70s song? You listen to the OJs, the Temps.
This
Does it
wasn't a
matter?
70s song, so maybe you could get a little leeway with that. I'm gonna probably not do it. Just to err on the side of caution. Like when you see 2 men in the market shopping together, pushing a cart, and the dude's beside them, y'all look like a couple. 2 men sitting in a booth having dinner together. Man, go sit at the damn bar with the homie and get the beer and the wings. Why y'all in the booth together? Look face to face. What are we doing here?
I don't play by those rules.
All man law violations, in my opinion.
So Corey said he doesn't play by the rules.
Nah, I get it, but I think I'm surpassed. Like many times I've been in the car with my brother. So my brother, between my brother and my dad introduced me to music.
Right.
So when we in the car, I put on some songs that I was raised by, and we just listen to the song because of the musicianship, right? And sometimes we just talking about Marvin Gaye, we talking about the OJs, and we just play it, right? So and that's especially Prince. We put on the door in a minute,
Right. But you and your man G Dash aren't riding down through Wilmington playing Keisha Cole Love.
That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
So it's
that.
a different picture I'm painting here.
Okay.
That's the picture I'm painting. You should not, and you better not be singing that shit out loud. That's a violation too, fellas. Don't do that. I got another one. Okay, I'll go with some 70s old school, and you with the old head uncle or brother. That's different. But not with the homie.
What if you listen to the Clarence Carter stroking?
Definitely, I love that song. You definitely should be listening to that with the fellas in the car. That's a no.
You remember that song? You can't listen to
I
stroking.
love Clarence, but that's a no.
It's an
All
old
right.
school joint.
I got another one. You don't have to FaceTime me to talk to you, dog. We don't got to look at each other on the phone. We could just talk or text me. 2 men FaceTiming is crazy to me. Like, what are we FaceTiming? Why I need to look at you while we talk?
Really?
I don't need to look at you, bro.
And how do you feel?
I mean, I don't probably. Me and my friends probably don't FaceTime each other. But it's not because I'm like I don't want to look at you. We just don't. We just pick up the phone. So I just don't play by those rules. I don't really care. It's like going around saying pause all the time. You know what I'm saying?
And I have
You have a pause one?
I have one about saying men shouldn't be saying period.
I agree
Yeah,
with
don't
that.
yeah,
I agree.
putting period
I
at the
agree
end of
with
a
that.
sentence.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Part.
Period.
Period.
Like, let's not do that.
Period.
Let's not do that.
That's a fact.
2 men on a motorcycle, never on the same motorcycle together. Nuts to butt. We can't do that.
Nuts.
What are we
to
doing?
butt is
Why are we on a
crazy.
motorcycle nuts to butts, fellas?
Where
So
you
you-
holding my waist?
Yeah, right around the gut. You holding on to me because I want to do a woolly.
So this is hilarious, though.
Yeah.
It is.
We taking it. It's
Wait,
light tonight.
you was
Tonight's
just-
light.
You was just thinking about this. Okay, so now some people will look at this and say that it's like homophobic,
Okay,
right?
I'm okay with that.
So
I'm okay with all that. I'm not homophobic, but I just certain things I'm not gonna do with another dude.
okay,
Go ahead.
okay.
So
Alright.
I got 2 more.
Go ahead.
Playboy, you don't gotta tell me shit in my ear where your lips are touching my ear. You just tell me later. I don't need you like. No, dog, don't get the fuck out of my ear. What are you doing? You may not whisper anything in my ear.
Did that happen to you?
You may
before?
not.
That happened before.
You may not.
He
You know,
got
I'm working through it right now.
traumatized.
I know we were in a loud place, but what are you doing? I don't want to feel your goatee, your facial hair on my goddamn ear. Stop. Do not do that. I don't care if you're clean shaven. I don't want to feel your skin on my skin, nigga.
Wow.
Yeah, none of that.
That happened, didn't it?
No, I'm just speaking for the people
No,
that
it happened.
I'm speaking for
We
the
got to
people.
do some EMDR therapy later.
Last one, Shay. Then we can move
Go
on.
ahead.
Do not give me the full frontal hug. I don't need this from you, brother. If you don't give me the full frontal hug like you hug a woman, yes. If you don't sidestep me and hit me with the round the back, we fighting. Don't come to me like this. I don't need your arms. I don't need both. I don't ever need no man's both his arms around me. Cause now I feel like we tussling. And I got to try to slam you, and you got to slam me. Don't ever put both of your hands on me like that, brother.
Something's wrong with you.
Arms too? You got me in a bear hug, and we nuts to nuts
How you
on the
feel?
hug. Now let's see what Corey did. Corey feels differently. Corey's beyond some things, so let's see what Corey had with this.
Yeah, that was a little crazy. I don't even know how I would feel. I definitely do the side or like the.
Yeah, you got hit me on the side. Sidestep me. I'm gonna go left. You go left,
Right.
and we both in sync.
Yeah.
Don't. Not the full frontal.
Okay. So how about this? What if you had a funeral and you emotional and y'all embrace each other like, yo, you can't see that happening either? A funeral? A funeral.
Not even over.
What if it's your Uncle Gus?
Dead body? You cannot full frontal me.
Dang.
No, sir.
They gotta think about all that before they embrace it.
I love you too, but we not like okay, Corey, look at it like this. Because one of us got to go high on the hug. One of us got to go low. So one of us is going to have their hands around this man's lower back, the small of his back.
Okay.
You're not touching me like that, and I'm not touching you like that.
All right.
All male hugs should end with the top of your hand up here. All right, dog. When you get down to the bottom of my back, above my drawers, that's too much, player. That's too much. We should not
above your drawers.
We should not go below the shoulder blades on the hug.
These are man laws.
Feel free to do with these what you must, fellas. I'm just telling you. So this is how I feel. This is not a reflection of Rebirth or Corey. This is how I feel. Because I want to speak for everybody. But
what are their man laws? I would love to hear what their man laws are.
who, the ladies?
People in the chat.
Oh,
Yeah,
people
put them in the chat. What's
Fellas,
your
man law violation out here. Yeah, you can't. Don't try to get nothing out my eye. Don't blow in my eye. Why would you do that? Let me get that for you, Playboy. You blowing my eye? We out here scrapping. It's gonna be some furniture moving in here. Don't blow in my eye.
What about if they helping you tie a tie? Grown man, look at you in your eyes.
Can I give you something embarrassing? I just bought a tie for my suit for the Rebirth, right?
Okay.
I let them tie it at the store. I get it pre-tied, dog, by the lady, and then she put it on and hooked me up. Then all I gotta do is loosen it, tighten it up for later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we know. No,
they look you in your eyes while they.
Yeah, don't you look at me in my damn eye while you. Listen, I believe in eye contact as a man, but too much eye contact gets a little weird. Don't now feel like you looking at me, like just how you.
I would love for this to come up at the Rebirth Live and Uncut, because I would love to hear what the other men have to say about this.
A
matter of fact, speaking of the other men, is your South got something to say over?
Oh, it's over. It's never really over, but it's over.
Okay, all right. So we actually have a panel member that is going to be joining with us on Rebirth Live. You want to introduce him?
Yes, y'all. Coming to the Rebirth podcast tonight and on the Rebirth Live and Uncut show October 26th at Theater N. Get your tickets at rebirthview.com. Please give it up for Mr. Oliver Woolfolk.
Hi, Oliver.
You're looking very serious. Oh, this is.
I can see you, but I cannot hear you.
Oh,
right,
you can't hear us.
We can hear. Hold on.
All right.
Never knew
You gonna say okay? You
Can
still
you
can't
hear
hear
that?
us?
Oh, you need some glasses too. You can't see perfect shit. What you looking at? You looking out in the space out here. Get him a telescope. Yeah.
All right. So we'll let him. We'll let him.
I apologize, Ed and Shea and
You
Corey.
got it?
All right. Can you hear us?
I can see you, but I cannot hear you.
Okay.
Oh, man.
All right, Jim.
right.
Pull him back off stage until we're able to get him together. All
Hold
right.
tight. Oh.
Okay, so guys, if you have not done so already, if y'all have not turned off this show by now and you're still with us, I do apologize.
Hey, no, what you apologizing for?
I do apologize. Tonight is a late night. We're gonna have a good time. We are just going to be talking about some of the topics that may come up at Rebirth Live and Uncut. One of the questions that I would like to ask you guys.
Shea, would you let a woman do this to you?
Do
Oh,
you?
you got some right here.
Yeah, women do that to each other.
Corey?
It's
Can
not.
a dude do this? Yo, you got some right here. Let me get that for you.
You know what? I cannot be in between y'all two.
Listen.
Anyway,
Go ahead.
Monogamy. Do you guys feel that monogamy is like kind of going out? Does it still exist? How do you feel about that? Because we have a lot of open relationships. We have a lot of different situationships. We have people that are okay with other people having multiple partners. So do you think that I really wanted to have Tracy on the show for this question. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here. She's also one of the panel members. But do you think that monogamy still exists?
As a whole, I'm gonna say I think this generation that we're currently in, I'm gonna say I don't think they buy into the Westernized ideas of what relationships are. And I think a lot of it has been fed to us via Christianity. And I think a lot of us, our parents, our grandparents,
he going to the root.
No, I'm just saying. I think a lot of it's been fed to us,
like, nah,
and we've all tried to adapt to that, no matter how hard it is. But I think I'm gonna say the 35 and unders. I don't know if I don't even know if marriage is a big deal for them anymore. I don't know if there's a lot of poly. Look at all these titles we have for relationships now. All these poly relationships. We didn't hear that shit when we was kids, when we was teenagers. Like it's all kind of things that people subscribe to, and they seem to be living. There's a damn TV show on maybe with the dude out in Utah with the 3 wives and all the damn kids, and they live in the compound. So this stuff is all like mainstream, regular, trying to become regular stuff. So I think it's becoming more normalized. I'll say that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that today is whatever floats your boat. Whatever makes you happy is kind of what it is. So does monogamy exist? Yes. Is it natural? I don't know.
I don't think it's natural. I definitely don't think it's natural.
Natural for a man or natural for a woman?
Definitely not natural for men, and maybe a handful of women too. But I think monogamy is something that you have to really be focused on and committed to. Because if you're not, then it's easy. It's so easy to not be monogamous.
So if it's easy, does that mean that it's? I want to say not. It's not right or wrong. I'm saying just because it's easy, does it mean that you should do it, or is it just not natural? Like, am I out here? They talk about men are hunters, right? Are we out here looking to not be monogamous, or is it just happen and we just have to fall victim to it because it's just we can't run that fast?
Well, we don't have to do anything. I mean, I think it's poor choices. I think and sometimes it depends on where you are in your relationship with whoever you're with in that moment. That may dictate whether or not you jump out there.
I have a question. So if
be prepared to answer your own question, please. Go ahead, because you think you're not going to ask the question and not answer it. So go ahead.
She do that.
Yeah,
I'm the audience.
She's good for that.
So if it's not natural, why do you choose to exercise it if it's not something that's natural?
We have to.
No, we don't.
I think we bought into the idea of what people say relationships should be.
Okay.
When people clearly they invite people into their marriage, they have these relationships, or they might be a man with 2 women or a woman. I saw a woman on Instagram a few years ago. She had 2 husbands. So I think it just depends on you and what works for you. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Shea?
What was the question?
You asked. You asked the question. Boy, put the chalice down.
What'd I say?
You said,
No,
is
what
it
did you
is it
say?
is it natural?
Do you think it's natural for men?
Do I do I think it's natural from I,
Mm.
I don't honestly I don't know how to answer that because I'm not a man. I don't know.
Oh,
That's a
It's
good
good.
cop
That
out.
was
That's a nice
good.
cop out right
That
there.
was good.
That's a nice cop out right there.
That was good. That was good.
Hold that thought later.
So what I think is happening, I think you are right that we have become desensitized now because there was a time where we didn't even see anything about the LGBTQ plus community.
You messed that all up.
What I did LG
LGBTQ.
Oh my god.
MONOLOP.
Alphabet
The
gang.
alphabet.
My bad.
Let's say the alphabet gang. Be safe.
We didn't see any of that on TV and now we do. And
In every show, all to be completely in every I'm gonna say every, but almost every show or movie you see, there's a gay character.
okay.
Think about name a show right now that doesn't have a gay character. Look how gangster Power Ghost is. Drew was gay as hell the first couple of seasons. Now he turned into a G.
Mhm.
But is no matter what, there's somebody gay in every.
I mean, Omar from The Wire.
Oh, the most gangster of the gangsters.
And that's when you really kind of start well for us.
yeah.
No, Oz. Remember the show
Go back
Oz?
to Oz, yeah.
That
yeah,
Oz, yep.
yeah,
Oz showed a lot of it as well. So now it's not a shocker when you see it on TV.
Right.
And I think that that also plays a big part of normalizing it and normalizing open relationships, normalizing. You got the Sister Wives, you have all kind of shows that's out there. So it's not a shock factor anymore. I would love to see what Mr. Oliver have to say about this question. Maybe we can get him back in. Can you hear us, Oliver?
I can hear you. Good evening. How y'all doing?
Good
What up,
evening.
I'm not sure you want me talking until we're really uncut.
No. No, come on, baby.
Oh Lord.
You were a fan favorite. Can I add this? You were a fan favorite at the meetup, sir. I just want to let you know how many conversations you came up in after the meetup. They didn't know your last name. They knew your name. You had a suit on and something. They knew what you said before they knew your name. So we do need you uncut tonight and on the 26th.
Yeah.
Come on, oh, let it flow. Oh, that's okay.
You making me hot.
You got the tie on. Maybe you have to loosen up the tie a little bit.
Man,
I know it's not
I've been working all day. I just walked in the house.
He got the suit
went-
jacket still on.
and logged onto the podcast. The topic that you guys are talking about is actually kind of heartbreaking to me. And that's the feminization of the black man.
Talk about that.
I don't have any issues with people loving who they want to love. I actually don't even have issues with people being attracted to people that they find attractive. But to deny the natural aspects of it, the faith aspects of it, something I can't do.
Okay.
And that makes me the bad guy in a lot of rooms. We are encountering generations of, I would say this is the third generation where prevalent single family household, especially in the African American community, where the only way that a young black man is going to know how to be a man is to be around a man. And in today's community, that's not taking place.
Agreed.
So what is happening by default has become natural and accepted. And people who don't accept it are often ostracized in society. They become the conversation of conversations after conversations, Corey.
Yeah, that was you. Not for this particular topic, but you're right.
but to Oliver's point, I don't care who loves who. Like,
true.
I
Yeah.
can't put. I don't have enough. I don't have the bandwidth or the energy to put in who you are sleeping with as a man. I don't care. Now whether or not I agree with it, like I'll keep that personal, but I don't care if you do it. I just, and I'm open minded to people doing whatever they want to do, but I wish that we were back in a time where, you know, men were men. Like you look at these NFL players. I saw this video of Debo Samuels, and this is gonna sound like real shallow.
Not the blue suit.
The most fruitiest, like, where are the masculine black men at? Like the walk is crazy. Like, why are we walk? My boy in Baltimore, the running back, they just got him. You seen his walk?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm like, what is going on?
But you can only
Like, what?
emulate. You can only emulate what your model was.
That's true. That's a good
You
point.
know-
And
you
most
know
black
that
men are raised by women. So I think a lot of black men, if they're not black boys, if they don't have anybody there to kind of intervene, then you're going to take on the characteristics of the people who raise you. And if you're in a house full of women, I grew up in a house full of women, but I also had some brothers who would punch me in my chest if I felt like I was doing some weird shit. But I think if you are in a house full of women and you are a black kid, and that's your example, if everybody's sitting down and peeing, and this is what you're seeing, things can happen in that way.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Ed, if and I'm not trying to dominate the discussion, but it comes back to everything else that we're going to talk about tonight on the 26th. It's about personal choices. You have to make a personal choice as to whether or not you're willing to accept the fact that a certain decision or a certain act is natural or unnatural. These aren't things that are really up for debate. When you start talking about what body parts were made for what organs were made for what, you can turn that into a debate if you like, but is it really? Is it really a debate? And that's the world that we're in. And that's tough. That's tough to have a conversation about. Would you agree?
I would definitely agree. I think, to your point, I think that, you know, this world is so accepting of so much, and rightfully so. Okay. But don't drown out our voices either, or the voices of everybody needs to be heard at the table. And it does seem to be now that you have to go on one side, and if you're not on that side or you don't agree, then you're the problem, right? And if we're talking about true inclusivity, I probably messed that word up, then everybody needs to be heard at the table. Every conversation needs to be heard at the table, and that doesn't necessarily happen. Especially even in politics now, you see how crazy that is when you're just denying the truth. I've definitely noticed it with me and this whole thing with Puff and Jaguar Right and all of these things that are coming out. And if you remotely sneeze that you're defending, it's a problem.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I had to recognize for myself is that we are all watching this unfold in front of us, right? And the people that are watching it, including all of us, we're also watching this through traumatic eyes. Our trauma is showing up when we see the story, when people are talking about it. Even when Jaguar Wright comes on TV and tells the most crazy, outlandish things, it's triggering a lot of people to speak for what's maybe happened to them. And that's what you're almost debating that, right? And I just think that it has to get to your point. It has to get back to he has his day in court, and we'll see what happens. But as soon as you even say something like that, it's like you remove from the table. You know what I mean? And that's crazy to me. Yes,
We're in a cancel culture, right? People want to cancel you for everything now. You know, even take a joke. People can't joke anymore because it's taken a different way, and they want to cancel you for that. So unfortunately, that's the times that we're living in.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what? One thing I will say I admire about the LGBTQ community is their ability to come together and mobilize.
100%.
Like, that's something that our community can learn from.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like this movement is, what are we talking? 10 before all the alphabet came.
Yeah.
10 years old.
Yeah.
They got legislative laws and everything now.
But
Like if we could come together like them, we'd be doing something.
But here's, what's crazy, even talking about the cancel culture piece of it, right? Dave Chappelle said that same thing in one of his stand-ups, and they laid him out for even saying how jealous he was that how they are able to mobilize and get some of these laws passed. What the hell is wrong with our culture and why we can't do that? And they looked at him like, how dare you say that? But what was wrong with what he said? He's absolutely right. It's a compliment to you all, and a way for us to look at our culture and say, how do we do this, right? Because they come in all shapes, sizes, nationalities, races, and they're able to come together. But why we can't do that for ourselves as a Black community? That's crazy to me.
So that's a question. I think anybody want to take that? What are y'all thoughts on that? Oliver, what is your thoughts on that?
Thoughts as to why African Americans can't mobilize to overcome some of the issues in our community?
Yes, sir.
You formed the whole question.
That's a deep one, Shea. There's no foundation. The topic of homosexuality is a faith topic. It's actually a religious topic, in my opinion.
Okay.
The Bible will tell you it's a choice between sin and not sin. That means nothing to a non-Christian or to a Muslim or to a non-Muslim. Right. But that's really the choice that you're making. When the foundation of your community is not based on the structure that your grandparents would tell you that it should be founded on, you don't have a shot.
Mm-hmm.
The fact of the matter is, sin has always been able to mobilize.
Dang.
Wow,
I mean, that's
yeah.
Sin has always been able to mobilize. Wow.
Sin's always been able to mobilize. Listen, when Ed, when we was in them streets, we didn't have no problems mobilizing. Okay, try to get him to church on Sunday. it's a little bit different.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
And so that's my opinion on that, Shea. I don't think that anything that's outside of the family or a faith standpoint has ever had obstacles in mobilizing.
So let me put this to and YouTube here sitting here. So there is a guy, I don't know where he is, but he has a church and he is a pastor who is homosexual. He has a first man, his man, who, and they have a church and they preach the gospel. Do they? So based upon what most people interpret from the Bible, that is blasphemy and that is a sin. But God is open to receiving us all in the way that we come to him, right? So are they wrong? Do they have a right not to present, because they are a gay couple, to present the word of Jesus Christ to the people? What are your thoughts on that? This is a panel question right here.
That's a.
I would say, if I can speak, I would say that's impossible, Ed. It's completely impossible. Christianity is based on the heterosexual family structure. And the blessings of Christianity are based on heterosexual family structure. To have a pastor teaching homosexuality would be like him teaching, techniques on how to rob a bank or how to deceive your neighbor. It's considered sin. It's considered sin if that's the faith that you adopt.
I don't know if he's necessarily preaching homosexuality. He's preaching the acceptance of Jesus Christ and as his people, how we all come to him. Now, if he's preaching the word like we quote unquote what preachers should be doing, then at some point, if they feel like that's the conviction of the word would change their lives, right? Like he should still be able to stand in that pulpit and say what he needs to say if he's trying to save lives and souls. Him being gay shouldn't matter if he's saving souls and lives, right?
I agree with that.
Or
I
should
do.
it?
I agree with that. I agree with that. Yes. Because we all have sin.
Absolutely.
Our sin may not be homosexuality, but we all have sin. But many of us are still effective in spreading God's word, whether or not you're the pastor or not.
There's many adulterers in the
Very true.
pulpit that cheat
Exactly.
with other
You
women,
know,
and they
listen.
saving souls.
Very true.
I ain't gonna be nobody's
So-
hypocrite. All right. So you're right. You're right on with that. I agree with you 100% with that, Ed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree as well. Especially when you put it that way. One sin is not greater than the other sin. It's
For
all
sure.
considered sin if we're looking at it that way, right?
Right.
What was you gonna say?
Well, I was just thinking, like, it's we all have. I think it's a choice, right? And if that's the choice that you decide to follow that fellowship or that church, then that's the decision that you made, right? So, your relationship is really with God and not man, anyway. That's how it should be, right? Now, when you go to the house of the Lord, and those are that's who you're following. Those are your leaders. You know, what do you get out of that? And that would be a very interesting conversation to have with that congregation, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
I want to have a rebirth. I want to have this very talk.
Yeah, we probably could. But you know what, though? Well, I think that's a good point to have it at Rebirth, because you want to open up the topic, because I think a lot of people would be conflicted. But again, when you start to put the word the way it's supposed to be taught, or the way it's been taught to us, or the way it reads in the Bible, none of us are really living that way.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So who are we to pass judgment? We pick and choose what sin we want to follow.
Right.
And and the sin that you have
Right.
that you judge the most is just the one you haven't done yet.
Right.
Wow, that's real.
That's good. Say that again, bro.
Right? The sin that you judge the hardest is just the one you haven't done yet.
Yeah.
Right? So if somebody was to reverse it and say, well, what sin do you have? Right? Right? Because here's the thing, we're judging the pastor, right? I'm sure that we've all been in the fornication pool, right? What would he say about that? So who are we to talk and judge what they do? It's really a choice that you have to make. And if
My Lord.
your religion is and your faith is with God, and it's with God and your relationship with him, not whoever's standing in front of you. And sometimes we get caught up in that, especially in our community.
Yeah.
You know what my fascination is? When did it become cool for that to be common knowledge?
What, being homosexual?
Whatever. Whether you like white women, black women, Asian women, whether you were homosexual, bisexual, heterosexual, even if you was a player, you didn't want everybody knowing who you was creeping with. I mean, in today's society, we wear t-shirts that say who we prefer to lay down with in private.
Yeah, I don't know when it became cool. I don't know what generation that was, but I think again, and I'm not one to blame everything on media and TV and movies and things like that, but that was the introduction to some of those things. When you start to think about, because we emulate what we see, you know what I mean? Even if you're grown, we have this thing where, if some such and such came out with a line of clothes, or they came out with an alcohol or a liquor, we want to say, let's go try. Like the Beyonce just came out with her cognac, I think it is, right? And bourbon, sorry. And people want to go try it, right? You're willing to spend $89, $90 just to try it. So when you see something on the real world, if you go way back then, right? When not Puck came to the house, I forget what their names were when they came into the house. They started to introduce with living with somebody that has AIDS, right? Or you start living with somebody that has addiction. Pedro, right? Pedro had AIDS in the 90s, right? So the introduction slowly happened, and then it introduced in our music, and we start to emulate that, and we start to ask questions and get curious about what that looks like. then we start to gravitate to it. We ask questions.
It's programming.
Yeah.
It's programming, and a lot of things you don't even realize that you buy into a lot of things because over the years through media does play a big part. You
Mhm.
know, TV, media. Now we have the social media, internet. Boy, that was the biggest when that hit. You know, it was good in some ways, but bad in a lot of ways, right? So a lot of people are programmed to think and feel certain things that, you know, if this stuff didn't exist, would they really make those same decisions?
I mean, I don't know, because here's the let's go deeper than that. I sat and listened to you and E's show. Was it last week when you interviewed E, right? And his story,
Yeah.
and I listened to his story. That's how many generations back from us?
1.
What?
That was 1.
We talking one. Like
One-
He was
it's
talking
one-
coming up in Arkansas.
right?
That was one
So
generation.
it's one
generation
generation back from us, right?
Yeah.
And for this man to sit at a service and find out what he found out,
Yeah.
it's already ingrained in us, right? If you think about just what, and I wanted to jump in and ask questions because I had so many questions. Like, how does that start to shape you in how you view relationships, how you view yourself? Then you start to self-identify with things that are outside of your norm, because now it's like this whole thing could have been a lie to me. This whole thing doesn't make sense to me. So now I'm hanging out with my boys. What are my boys doing, right? Whether you playing sports or whether you hanging out over here, whether you're on the block, you're doing a lot of these different things, and it's like you start to gravitate outside. So it's in our house right now, right? So it even starts there.
Yeah. I tell you
Shea,
one
can
thing.
I answer your question a little bit more definitively about the mobilization in the Black community?
Yes.
It's going to be impossible
Oh, absolutely. I
with
agree with
the way that society has feminized the African American male and taken him away from the leadership position that he's supposed to be in terms of leading his family and leading the community. Mobilization is going to be impossible.
But that's been going on for 500 years. Like when
No,
back when we were
no,
slaves, listen, back when we were slaves, they didn't remove the woman away from the man. They would sell the men off so they could go to other plantations and procreate. Women were always left there to be in leadership roles with the kids and the family. So, and that's how we are at where we are today. Women
But
are.
if there
I don't
was
need
a
no
family
man. That was
structure,
the beginning of I don't need a man, because they did it when that husband was sold off. Who was there? It was a woman. Left it. That was the beginning of the, not theoretically for them, but that was beginning vicariously that I don't need a man movement. And because women have been forced to be in leadership roles and to hold things down because we weren't there. Now, we weren't there by choice, but not because of our choice back then, but it's come to a thing where women are strong. Women are strong. If I don't like this woman, I'm gonna move on. She got them kids. And then you have your grandmom who never had a husband. You have your auntie, your sisters. And now here you are. They've all done it without a man, at least in their mind. So now here you are. I don't need a man either, because I've seen my grandma do it. I've seen my aunties do it. So it becomes a generational thing where you hear black. That's why we have the title strong black woman. What other race says that? Well, I'm a strong Asian woman. I'm a strong Italian woman. Who's preaches that strong woman thing? Only women in our community. I've never heard a white woman say, I'm a strong white lady. I'm a strong white woman. I'm a strong European. Think about it. This is things that we've embraced over the years. You never hear white women talking about, I'm gonna be single. I got this. I'm gonna hold it down. Or Asian women or Indian. How many single Indian, Pakistani women you know? I don't know a lot of them personally. But my point is, if they're in that gas station or wherever they at that hotel, they with their husband and they're working.
You know what's crazy? Because you don't even see it on. You don't even.
That was a bad stereotype. But my point is,
yeah.
the point is they are together.
But you know what? Though? What's crazy as you think about it, you don't even see that on TV. Them say it on TV.
They don't say that on TV unless
Like
it's a Tyler Perry movie.
The phrase I used, Ed, was family structure. I said leadership position in the family structure. They have eliminated the African American family structure, and that's also going to inhibit us from mobilizing and overcoming societal issues.
I don't disagree. I agree. I
And,
agree.
and, you know, color me bad, not the group, but like I again, as I start to look over the last say 10 years, right, and you start to see one by one the destruction or the takedown, and in certain cases, rightfully so, because you know you need to be, if you do the crime, you got to be held accountable. When you start to look at how we're chipping away at the prominent black men that we've held up over the years in the music industry, movies, TV, one by one, right? These scandals that are coming up 10, 15, 20 years later,
Mm-hmm.
right? And here's the thing, without hesitation, careers are gone, right? And then we prove whether they're innocent or guilty. Meanwhile, we have a man running for president that has 34 felonies. You're playing in my face, right? And you have people that are literally saying that you're voting for this gentleman, or you know, you're voting for Trump, which is your choice. But you would turn right around and get on Facebook, get on social media, go on your families and beat any of these other, whether it's Cosby, whether it's Puff, whether it's now they just want Jay-Z to go down so bad. Like and you want Beyonce. We don't and then I just seen the documentary coming up with the one on Chris Brown. What are you gonna let this man just go and finish his life? Like go left is like why, but we jump on the bandwagon quick. We will put our black men up and say, you know what? Take them out.
Take them out.
Right? But anybody else, Vince McMahon, we want the Menendez brothers to get out of jail.
Oh, they about to get out.
November, they're coming out of jail.
They about to get out.
Right?
Who's we?
Their time.
Wait, who's we? Who's we want? Who's we?
Oh, it's all over social media.
I know, but you said we want the
public,
the public in general.
Yeah, the public
okay.
in general, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So like, but we make justifications as to why that is. And the thing that I said to myself is like, okay, we would. And here's the thing: I'm not saying that Diddy's not. It's not about Diddy being guilty or not guilty for me. It's more about we just offer our people up to be ridiculed in public, and we just dive into it. Right. But we don't hold anybody. We don't take anybody else serious. When they decide that they want to come back 20 years later and say, you know what? We're going to take this person, and we just jump right in. And I just don't understand it. Yeah. I don't understand it. Self-hate. It could be that too.
Oliver, did you have a comment in regards to what Corey just said?
I think in history, and when I say history, I don't mean centuries. The strong leaders that can actually make a difference, they're assassinated. The leaders in our community who are only leaders because of a talent or sports or business, their character is assassinated. And that has a much, much bigger effect on the rest of society, on black men in America, than an assassination, a physical assassination. Killing Martin Luther King didn't kill his message. Killing Malcolm X didn't kill his message. However, having a African American leader alive that's a disgrace is going to have a much bigger impact on African American men going forward than an all-out assassination, a physical assassination. These men were only put in those positions because they were willing to dance. Puffy only became Puffy because he was willing to dance with the people who really control the strings. And you can see that with other examples in society who have fallen. They've been sacrificed, but they knew it was coming. That's what they signed up for. Puffy's not a righteous dude. He's never lived a righteous life. It was going to catch him. It was going to catch him sooner or later. R. Kelly is going to catch him sooner or later. Michael Jackson, it's going to catch you sooner or later. Those aren't the people that actually make a difference or are the true role models in society. the people that actually make a difference or are the true role models in society, they get assassinated. They take you up out of
Mm,
here.
right. Right. I mean, think about it. He's right. Yeah, that is real talk. So I have one last question, Oliver, and we're gonna let you get some rest because I know you had a long day, brother.
Long day.
And we appreciate you so much. So, and this is for everybody. So do you guys believe in the Illuminati? Do you believe that there is an Illuminati?
I mean,
Oliver said
Absolutely.
yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
I don't.
You don't.
Listen,
Okay.
Illuminati is a fancy way of saying the devil blessing you to afford his agenda. That's it.
Mm-hmm. 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 What about you, E?
So you think that every successful man, and
Not
in
every.
particular black man, uh, has bought into the idea of the Illuminati and accepted whatever that is, whatever that may be, to become who they are or what they were.
If commercial success was important to you, you have to buy into the Illuminati. Now, if you're just a talented brother and blew up because you were talented, no, you don't have to. But you also never be a billionaire. You'll also never be on the cover of Jewish magazines. You'll also never be you won't be any of those things if you're just talented. If you want to be filthy rich, if you want to be, I don't want to drop any names of people who are still in the industry, but they're going to fall. They're going to fall eventually because it's all built on a house of cards.
Or do you fall because of your bad decisions? Like I know you saying that if you're not a part of the Illuminati, because a part of the Illuminati feels like you're being protected from whatever.
Yes.
But if you don't buy into that and you make bad decisions, could it just be that simple? Or am I that ignorant?
Nobody's going to know. If you're not a part of the Illuminati, if you're not a part of the system, nobody's even going to know. Nobody's going to know what we do behind closed doors. Who knows what we do, Ed? Who cares?
Yeah, and who? Oh, you gonna give me the mic now?
Who cares? Who cares? There's no one following us. You know, there might be a few people watching the podcast, but they're not following us in society. There's nobody waking up saying they're waking up saying I want to be Jay-Z. I want to be a music mogul like Sean Puffy Combs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and those are the people that are being blessed, but they're not being blessed by the Most
Get
High.
caught. They didn't get blessed. They just out here with the cameras wide open, all in this shit.
Did you be protected?
That's a question I want to bring back to the audience. Put in the chat if you believe in the Illuminati. Do you think that this is something that actually exists? Yes or no? So, wow, this got deep real quick. We started out clowning, talking about it's gonna be a light night. I'm over here sweating now.
Well, it's deep when you speak about black men. You know what I mean? We get serious.
Oh,
It does get deep.
Oliver.
Well, you put the question out there why black folks can't get nothing done. That was
Sure
you.
did.
Yeah, this was your fault, Shay. Oh, we're gonna wrap the show like we started it. Oh, give me a man law violation. That's something that men should not be doing. Give me something that you be like, that's a violation, bro.
Coveting your neighbor's wife.
You gotta go deep all the time. So, for example, I said earlier, two men should not be riding a motorcycle together, butts to nuts. Two men should not be riding in the car listening to the slow jam to Keisha Cole Love. Like you shouldn't be doing that, brother.
And you know what I really want us to stop doing?
What?
I want us to stop hating on each other, man. This crabs in the barrel is killing me. It's killing me. It's killing me. There's enough
Oh,
love.
I don't want you not to succeed if you listen to slow jams with another dude in the car. I just find it weird. I still want you to be great and reach your full potential. I'm just saying, y'all
Listen,
should be
man.
listening to Keisha Cole in the car riding together.
First of all,
No, I'm
listen,
just saying,
man.
'cause, I don't want to. It feels like I'm being a hater on another black
You-
man.
listen,
There should be
man.
2 white men, 2 Chinese men. I don't give a shit who they are. You shouldn't be doing it, brother.
You and I can sit around at a 4th of July cookout and listen to R. Kelly all day.
With my lady beside me, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
And we
man.
might step in the name of love.
Wow, this is definitely going to be October 26th, y'all. If you just got a little sneak peek of what's about to go down. So if you have not purchased your ticket yet, make sure you go to rebirthu.com and get your ticket. Oliver, thank you so much for spending time, for sharing space
Thank
with
y'all.
us tonight.
Thank y'all. I appreciate
Really
it.
appreciate you. So we look forward to seeing you in October, okay? October 26th.
All righty. Y'all have a great evening.
You too.
Appreciate it.
You
All right.
too. All right, guys. So just as a reminder, we actually have you. Do you have the rules up?
Oh,
Well, while you're getting the rules up, let's go to our commercial.
15 years ago, my life was turned upside down, and everything I knew, everything I thought I knew was tested. In my darkest moments, God whispered the word rebirth, and I realized my pain had a purpose. In 2013, I founded Rebirth U LLC with nothing but faith, trusting that my journey of healing would lead me somewhere greater. What started out as a 12-step class has grown into Rebirth Live, Rebirth Podcast, and Rebirth Meetup, events that are dedicated to helping others rebuild their lives. Along the way, God placed people in my life to carry out the vision. I'm so grateful for them. I never imagined this is where my path would lead, but every challenge was worth it. I'm just a girl from Violin, New Jersey, working to make an impact. And through it all, I've learned sometimes you have to die a little inside in order to be reborn.
all right, y'all. October 26th is going down, so we have a great contest. Sound country right there. Violent.
Shout out to Violin. Shout out to my peoples in Violin. I love you guys. I'm representing.
Area code over there.
Whatever. No, 609 and 856.
Slow Philly. So now for the rebirth thesis statement in reference to our billboard contest. So join the excitement of our rebirth billboard contest. Spot our special rebirth billboard. Tag us on social media, and you can win tickets to the exclusive Rebirth Live and Uncut event on October 26th. You like my news voice? How to participate. This is a check mark here. So find the billboard. Keep an eye out for our Rebirth billboard and in a designated location. Check our website or social media for hints on where to look. Snap a picture. Once you find the billboard, take a creative photo with it. Tag us. Post your photo on Instagram or Facebook. Make sure to tag at Rebirth U, the letter U, at Rebirth U Podcast, and use the hashtag Rebirth Billboard Contest. Spread the word, y'all. Encourage your friends to participate by sharing your posts. Contest details. So this contest will last between October 7th and the 14th. Well, which is today, till next Monday. Oh, last Monday till the y'all know what I mean. Just find it and tag us. How you're eligible to win. Open to all fans age 21 and older. See, we live, y'all. This is what happens when you live. We didn't stop for nothing. So open to all fans age 21 and older. Winner selection. A winner will be randomly selected from all valid entries. The winner will be announced on October 21st via our social media channels and Rebirth Podcast. Guess what you win, good people? The grand prize is 2 tickets to the Rebirth Live and Uncut event with front row seats, along with a meet and greet with the Rebirth crew and panel members. You will also win a Rebirth hoodie just in time for the fall. Make sure your social media profiles are public so we can see your entries. I don't know why you're laughing, Shea. Follow us for updates, tips, and more surprises during the contest. Get out there, explore, and good luck. We can't wait to see your photos. First hint for the Rebirth billboard. This is a hint, y'all. You may try to figure out where it is located. Look for the place where the highway hums. Look for the place where the highway hums and the harmony flows. You will find our vibrant message at the crossroads. All right, y'all. And that's a lot. So go to the Rebirth Facebook and Instagram pages as well as mine. We have this whole thesis I just wrote. I just read to you guys on there, and you can get a better understanding of what was said. Who wrote this? Who wrote this? Who? This is 2 pages of a term paper here. What are we doing?
Oh my God.
You know the public's attention span is 12 seconds long. You're gonna hit them with the thesis statement.
So that was the first hint. That was last week's hint. The second hint is it is located in Newark, Delaware. So that is the other hint. It's located in Newark, Delaware.
I said that.
You
I
did?
didn't say that.
No,
All right, go ahead.
it's okay.
Be great.
But please look up while you're driving. If you see us looking down at you, make sure you snap a picture. Rebirth Live and Uncut. October 26th. We're coming to Theater Inn. Get your tickets, guys. It's going to be an amazing show. You saw a little bit. You saw a little bit of what you may see on October 26th. But as you see, it's just about having a good time, right? We can have great conversations. We can normalize having the tough conversations, but still have a good time. And we want to bring that to the community. And we're also going to be talking about mental health, relationships. We're going to be talking to the Black men for the men's panel. And yeah, how was the men's panel for you last year?
We had a good time. I was surprised that so many people wanted to hear what we had to say, to be honest with you. We're not used to that.
Yeah,
we're not used to that. We usually attacked out here. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
Here it is again. You don't ever validate the brothers.
She representing y'all. That's what y'all hear when we talk. Wham, wham, wham. Okay, no problem.
I don't like sitting in the middle anymore.
A lot of truth in the joke.
That's right. And a drunk mind speaks sober thoughts.
Excuse me, sir. I am not drunk. This is water in my cup.
Look.
Thank you.
And she done snatched
Whatever.
the mic.
I would like to actually send a
So
special thank you to Michelle Washington because she designed the billboard for Rebirth
Shout out
You
to Michelle.
Live and Uncut. So thank you, Michelle Washington. She did an amazing job with that. And I also want to say a quick shout out to all the people that are not able to come, but they purchased tickets. Shout out to Lamont Josie for purchasing tickets. Lamont purchased several tickets for us to be able to give out. So thank you. And last week we had Anitra Green. She purchased a ticket. And Tanara Willis from Amazing Corner. Shout out to you as well. So we're able to give these tickets to people that, may want to come and may not have the funds to come, or to this billboard contest that we're doing. Yeah.
One thing about the billboard, you're not gonna put the mic over here.
She don't want to hear from you, bro.
Always a black man, how they do it.
That's how they
One
do it.
thing I will say about the billboard, it's dope as hell, and I appreciate how Michelle Washington put the skyline of Houston, Texas behind us, because it's definitely not nowhere around here. Good looking out, Michelle. A lot of people don't know that Houston, Texas is the third largest city in the country. How many? Show of hands if you knew that. As I thought.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We really appreciate you. Again, like, share, subscribe. Make sure you share this with someone. Make sure you bring. Oh, guys, I forgot to let the people know we have group tickets available too. So if you're coming in with your crew, you can purchase a group of 4 or a group of 6, and you'll have special seating. So go to rebirthu.com and you'll be able to see that. I meant to say that earlier. I forgot. Yeah, you suggested that too.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And if you have a service animal, if you have a support animal, we will allow you to bring your German Shepherd into the. You got to buy a ticket for him though. You don't just get to come in because he got that little handle on his back, and he walks you around because you don't know what the hell going on. But come on in with your service animal. We'll allow you tickets $45 for the dog too. There's no discount. Service animals are allowed.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
I'm done, yo.
Until next week, y'all have a great week. Good night.
Girl Shea, and I'm actually here at Theater Inn right now, making sure we are preparing a wonderful night for you. October 26th at 6:30 p.m. I am personally inviting you to Rebirth Live and Uncut.
RebirthU.com will guarantee that you're sitting here in this theater with us.
Please come out. Go out and buy your tickets. October 26th. Doors open at 6:30. Rebirth Live podcast. We're gonna have a great time. Music, people, fun, good conversation. Go buy your tickets now.
Make sure you go to RebirthU.com and secure your ticket.